Finding the right fabric can make or break your sewing project. In this video, I'll show you my favorite fabric stores, both online and in person, and let you know the pros and the cons of each. So let's dive in.
And to make it easy on you, I have created this free download of all the stores that are my favorite online and in person, and a link to their website with some of the things I like about them. And I also have some tips here of how to choose fabric. Okay, now we jumped to the computer and I'm going to show you the websites of all my favorite fabric stores. We're going to start with Mood. I think this is a favorite of many people. They have an amazing selection, a lot of designer fabrics. It's curious that what they have available in their in-person store in New York City is very, very different than what's online. I had purchased a fabric online. I went into the in store and they absolutely did not have it. So it comes from a different warehouse. But it is really amazing. You can see that they have all kinds of different fashion fabrics, even some home fabrics and trims and leather. They also have a lot of free patterns if you're interested in that. I make my own patterns, so I haven't explored those. I don't know the quality of those, but I always purchase when they're having a sale. So you can see right now they're having a 20% off sale on Ponte, which I love Ponte. So I rarely purchase anything here unless I can get a sale, which are very, very frequently. Everything's super organized. I guess the negative for this website would be it is a little pricey, hence I wait for the sales. It doesn't get shipped super fast, so I do not get my things as fast as some of the other ones. The next one that I'm going to move to is Fabric Wholesale Direct. This one is much, much less expensive. I really do love this website. The quality can be hit or miss, though. I do believe that the price of fabric is usually directly correlated with the price. But there is one exception here. I just absolutely love, let me see if I can find it here. Do a search. I love this DTY brushed poly. There we go. I love this fabric. I make a lot of my casual clothes out of this, and you can see the huge variety of colors. That's one of the real benefits of this website is most of the fabrics have a very, very wide variety of colors. And you can see it's only $6 a yard. And so this is my like secret for finding really beautiful, soft fabric at a very reasonable cost. So I've bought a wide variety of colors in this, and I'm going to continue to do so. And as you buy more quantity, you can save. They also have sales often, so definitely get on their newsletter so you can know when the sales. I typically will wait for a sale for this as well. So I just love that. I guess the downside of this is you have to be careful with the quality. They're not going to have like top designer fabrics here. So that is one downside, but it's just, I don't come here for that. I come here for just a few fabrics that I really love. I've bought the Ponte here as well because I love Ponte. I'd say it's average quality. It's acceptable. So if you like Ponte and you don't want to spend a lot, like the next website, I've bought Ponte here as well, and this website is very, very expensive, but it's just the quality is amazing. So the Ponte I bought here was more like $20 to $24 a yard. I've also got this beautiful suede. It was sort of like a faux suede that I really, this right here, this was just amazing. And I love this. I wish it came in more colors. $17 a yard, totally worth it. Super soft, nice and flowy. I made a work dress out of this and I just love it. It would make a great casual skirt as well. So that you can get some, interesting finds there. I also got a mid-weight cotton jersey that was just beautiful. I paid, what did I pay? $20 a yard. So cotton jersey, that's a little expensive. You can see here these cotton jerseys are $20 a yard. So a little bit on the expensive side, but the quality is definitely worth it. So if you are looking for something a little bit more higher quality, I would definitely recommend checking out this website. The selection is much narrower, so you're not going to have the same wide variety of selection as you would at Mood. It's just more of a curated collection, but I appreciate that. I really, really do like that. And then we'll go to the Emma One Socks fabrics, or EOS. And they do have a wide variety of things. It is generally high quality, but I pretty much just go here for my linings. I find it very, very difficult to find really good, high quality, stretchy linings that I'm going to wear underneath if I need to line a knit. It's easier to find woven lining, but a knit lining, it's a little harder. So I get these beautiful 2 linings that I buy here. Let's see if we can find the lining. Linings, there we go. So the 2 linings that I really love to buy, this one is a Venetia, and it cost me about $11 a yard, which is perhaps a bit much for a lining, but it is worth it to me. So, that's the part that goes against your skin. So I want something that's soft. I want something that stretches like the outer fabric. So I love that, and I buy that a lot. The colors of that come in just sort of these more neutral colors. They don't come in every variety of colors, so that's a bit of a downside, because I do like to typically match my lining with the outer fabric. And this here also, this Shaper Power Net spandex lining. I just absolutely love this lining. You can see it's a little bit more expensive at $16 a yard, but to me, it's worth it. It has some structure. Again, not that many colors here though, so I think that would be the downside. So that's pretty much what I go to for this. I guess the downsides where the prices are a bit on the high side, and the selection is just somewhat limited, not terribly limited, but I really do love this website for linings. And the Zelouf Fabrics, they're based in New York City, but oddly, you cannot go in. They do not have a store that you can go in. You can only buy online. I've only purchased 2 things here so far. I bought 2 Pontes. They were sort of average price. One was $14 a yard, and one was $15 a yard. But they do have a lot of different, you can see all the different things they have. And also, I think important thing to look at when you're shopping online is to make sure that they have really good description of what they have. And this, gives you the weight, which I think is really important, the content. So I do find shopping online sometimes is really great because they give you a lot of information. Some websites give you more than others. I prefer the ones that give me a lot. This is sort of just average amount of information here. Mood gives you a lot, and but you can see there's lots of colors. So again, I think it's average prices and average quality. The 2 things that I purchased there, I bought 2 different Pontes, and they were average quality. So I think if you don't want to spend a lot and are willing to take, average quality of the fabric, this would be a place to check out, because they do have, pretty good variety here of different things that you might want to look through. And it's sort of nice to be able to look through the colors. So the website is pretty interesting. Then we're going to move on to Harts Fabric. Now, this is a new one for me. I just ordered something from this website. So I ordered one of the faux suede. So we'll see how that comes out. It was this one. Let me see if I can find it here. Oh gosh, don't like when that does that. So they have the Pontes, which I love. I'm not finding the one I just purchased. I'll let you know how that goes. I think this one, it's a very curated collection. I think there's lots of prints. It's really hard to find a Ponte print. You can see they have a lot of different types of fabrics. The shipping was so fast. I ordered it. They shipped the same day. I'm going to be getting it tomorrow. And what I paid for it was a fake scuba knit, it was like a suede, fake scuba suede knit, and I paid $18. So the prices are not cheap, but not super expensive. So we'll see how that goes. And my favorite is Spoonflower. I just love Spoonflower that you can get. I'll go into, they sell fabric and wallpaper. So what I love about this is that you can get all these artisans sell their own designs, and you can pick these beautiful designs. I favorite my designs, so every time I go back in, I can like find what my favorites are. And then they have a wide variety of different fabrics you can choose from. So when you come in here, then you pick your fabric, and there's just a lot of fabric, and they have increased the amount of fabric they've sold over time. It is also good for home decor. I reupholstered my chair here in my sewing room, and I got this beautiful velvet. This cotton spandex jersey is really great for my casual clothing. And so I've tried this modern jersey as well. I've tried that and liked that. Organic cotton knit also, I liked that. So for casual clothes, I've purchased several of these. I think this was the Performance Velvet is the one I got for my chair, and just really, really love it. The colors are just so vibrant. You can see the prices are pretty steep. So that is the downside of this website. But when I want a pattern, this is the place I'm going to come. I don't buy a lot of pattern clothing, so I don't shop here, for just solids. I would definitely not come here for solids. I would go one of the other places for solids, but it is absolutely my favorite. I love Spoonflower. And again, they do have sales often, so I only come here when there is a sale. Now I'm going to go to a few that I have never bought anything in, but I just want to mention because they look really great. They're on my radar of places to check out. This one is Blackbird Fabrics. It just really has a nice selection. I think that their website is very nicely done. So I'm definitely going to try something out here in the future. You can see they have everything labeled quite well, all the different types, what the weight is, what the width, what the stretch is, all these things. It's very quite nice. So it's something on my list of places I'd like to try. And then we have Stonemountain and Daughters. And this, again, I haven't tried this. They're based out of California. The prior one was out of Canada, but they do ship to the US. So all these other ones that I mentioned were all based in the US. And so this one looks quite good. I definitely want to try it out. It looks like it's pretty good selection. And so we'll see how that goes. If you've tried them out, let us know in the comments below. And Minerva, of course, so many people have used Minerva. I've heard so many great things about it. Their website is quite overwhelming. It's very, very, extensive website because they sell more than just fabric. But when you go in to here, they really have a lot of information, which I really appreciate. And they do ship to the US, and I'm sure they ship to a lot of other countries as well. So this, I think I would like to try to order here at some point because it looks really, really great. And the fabric store, this one is based in New Zealand. They also ship to the US. If you're in New Zealand, you may be aware of this. I have not ordered. I do get their newsletter. It looks quite nice. Their website is really nice. So I'm not sure about, I think they have a lot of this merino wool it's common, but it's quite nice because they seem to have a lot, they focus on natural fibers. So that seems quite nice. I definitely want to give that a try. And then, of course, I do shop in Joann's occasionally. Not very much. And unfortunately, with the status of the Joann's bankruptcy, I don't know if we'll have that option in the long run. But I have found a few things there that were worth buying. And I also am like right near the New York City Garment District. So I do go there, and I do have a whole video on that I'll post here, that you can see my tour into the New York City Garment District and my 3 stores that are favorite there. So I hope you enjoyed this, and let me know in the comments what your favorite fabric stores are.
And here's some tips for smart fabric shopping. First, I try to order swatches whenever I can. Many of the stores online will offer either ones that you can purchase for very inexpensively, or if you purchase something, they'll offer some free swatches along with your purchase. So I always try to at least include some free swatches in any purchase I do make. But I've also paid for swatches in the past. Maybe it's like $1.50 a swatch, something like that. I think it's worth it. I have a whole collection of swatches down here, so which is great, because then when I'm looking for something, I can go through my swatches and I can say, okay, maybe I'll buy that one, and then maybe I'll buy it in the future. So I do love swatches and would definitely recommend you to build up your swatch repertoire. Once I do buy fabric, I have a swatch book. I'll show it here. I have a free download of this template that you can get in the description below. It's great to take a little swatch of every fabric you purchase, write all the information down so you can remember where you bought it, what the information of it is. It will really help you moving forward. I always make sure I carefully read the fabric description, whether I'm buying online or in person. I look for things like fiber content, whether it's a natural fiber or a synthetic, depending on what you are interested in for your project. I'm looking at the weight, which is typically reflected in GSM or grams per meter or in ounces. It'll give you an indication of how, if it's a lighter weight fabric, anything from 0 to 150 is a lighter weight, anywhere from 150 to 300 is more of a medium weight, and 300 GSM plus is a heavy weight. If you're working on a coat or a jacket, you would want something heavier weight, or perhaps a pair of pants. But if you want a nice flowy blouse, you would definitely want one of the lower weights fabric. I'm also going to be looking at the stretch component, which will also be labeled. It'll often tell you what the vertical and the horizontal stretch is, to see how stretchy that is. You may need something very stretchy if it's in something you're making for a workout, or you might just something like slightly stretchy, or maybe you want something with no stretch at all. But the label will give you all this information to really help you pick the right fabric for your project. I always check the return policy for any store that I'm purchasing for. I generally just assume I cannot return the fabric. So if you have any concerns that you may need to return the fabric, please read the return policy, because when they're cutting the specialized yardage, it's going to be very difficult for them to reuse it. So take a look at that to make sure you're not then stuck with fabric that you can't use. And make sure that you don't buy too much fabric in bulk. I know it's tempting to buy some extra fabric because sometimes you will get a discount the more fabric you purchase, but then you have to store that fabric. You might get tired of it eventually over time. It could fade perhaps in the sun if you've had it there for a really long time. So there's a lot of complications if you're keeping lots of fabric. I personally like to keep my stash very, very minimal, and I try to get through it before I buy any more fabric. And I definitely look across different types of stores to try to get the best price. But I do not only go with price, because if you do that, you're going to get a lot of very cheap looking fabric. So I have a few stores that I know sell quality fabric, and then I might compare between those. But I do find that usually you get what you pay for. So anything that's too cheap, I pretty much stay away from those. And one thing I do all the time is shop on sales. Almost all the stores that I frequent have sales on a semi-regular basis. So I often do not buy unless there's a sale. There's times I might buy because I really need something or just really want something, but I usually will wait for a sale, usually around 20%. I know Mood offers 20% off. A lot of the other stores I use offer these sales as well. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Sign up for their email newsletter so you can get alerted when there's sales. What are your favorite fabric stores? Let us know in the comments below. If you want to see my recent trip to the New York City Garment District, check out this video here. And if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.